Hey everyone, it's me Sam with the Coastal Watershed Council. Today's activity is all about erosion. So, what we have for this activity is the materials including a tub, or a pan, or a tray. It could be this size, it could be smaller, it could be bigger. Anything that you find around the house that might be able to contain a little bit of soil and be able to hold the water. I also used some soil that I got from a bag of potting soil. You could use some dirt from your yard or a nearby park to help make this activity work for you. I've piled it all up in one corner of my tub. You can see that it's got a nice slope angle coming down. It's not flatly distributed, so there's soil on one part of the tub and it's empty on the other part of the tub. The other things you're going to need is a cup full of water and a sponge. That's all you need for this activity. If you wanted to, instead of using a sponge, you could poke holes in the bottom of a cup to let the water drain out of the cup, but I think it might be a little cleaner and easier just to use a sponge. So as I pour water on top of my mountain here, we're going to be looking at how the water interacts with the sand and the soil that this mountain is made of. And when the water moves through the mountain, what happens to the soil? Does the mountain stay in the same shape? Does its shape change? What happens to the water as it moves through this mountain? So let's try our experiment. I'm making it rain at the top of the mountain here. It's going to take a couple squeezes of the sponge. I'm noticing that the water hitting the sides and tops of the mountains is definitely making the mountain change a little bit of its shape. I'm also starting to see some of the water coming out from underneath the bottom of this mountain, and it doesn't look as clear as the water that I've put on top of the mountain. When it rains, our rainwater is clear, but as you might be able to see towards the bottom of this tray, the water coming off of the mountain after the erosion has happened, the water is bringing small bits of the mountain, the soil, and the sand, and it's beginning to drain off and shed into our rivers and creeks and into our ocean, murky brown water. So that's part one of our lesson, is to build a model using sand and soil, and then making it rain artificially to just make some observations about how the soil is affected by the water as it rains down from the top, what the water looks like that's drained through,